The Battle of Marathon was fought in the year 492 BC and was part of the Greco-Persian Wars. The Persian Empire was beginning to spread into Europe, and under the command of Datis and Artaphernes, the Persian army successfully invaded and conquered the Aegean islands. One of the captured regions, Ionia, aided by the city-state of Athens, rebelled against Persian rule. Although the Persians put down the rebellion, they wanted revenge against the Athenians and invaded the Greek mainland, landing at Marathon. The Persian army was made up of about 16,000 soldiers and included archers, but the cavalry had been sent away. The best Persian soldiers were placed at the centre, and the weaker soldiers, who were usually supported by the cavalry, were placed on the flanks. The Athenian army, commanded by Miltiades, had around 11,000 soldiers, but with no archers or cavalry. The formation used on the day was a single line. It was the same length as the Persian line, but thinly manned in the centre. The Greek flanks were deeper and stronger. The battle started with the Athenians advancing. At first they moved slowly in formation towards their opponents, but hoping to repel them, the Persian archers began shooting arrows at the advancing forces. To avoid this, the Athenians started running straight towards the Persian front line. The speed of the Athenians meant they were a difficult target for the archers to aim at, and many of the arrows went over the Athenian line. The two forces now collided, and many of the Persians on the front line were killed with the impact of the Greek charge. Both Persian flanks were weak, and the Athenians, with a stronger formation and equipped with better armour and weapons, were able to inflict huge damage to the Persian forces. Seeing that they were losing, both Persian flanks began retreating towards their boats. In the centre, although initially the Persians were struggling, with their superior weight of numbers and better trained soldiers, they were beginning to slowly push back the thin Greek line. But, despite the immense pressure, the Athenian line did not break. With their opposition in retreat, the Athenians on the flanks now turned to assist the weak centre. The Persians had become enveloped and were attacked on all sides. When they realised the situation, many of them began to retreat. Most fled towards the waiting Persian ships, but some became trapped in the marsh close to the battlefield and were drowned. Datis formed a small rearguard action to protect his fleeing men as they attempted to escape in the boats, but the line was soon defeated, and the Athenians were able to capture 7 Persian ships. At the end of the battle, the Persians had lost over 6,000 men, but the Athenians only lost about 200. This was a victory for the Greeks. The Persians considered another attack at Athens, but when they arrived, they found that the Athenian army was already there to defend the city. Seeing this, the boats turned around and sailed back to Persia.